Okay, I'm going to show you a Cloud Extend wizard that helps your sales reps have more effective meetings. It helps you have more effective meetings by doing some simple planning ahead of time so that you are sure to invite other contacts who are influential at the account. You can review any cases that have been opened recently by the account, and we can navigate the sales rep to the best marketing materials based on the planned content for the meeting. So let's say I'm going to have a meeting with Joe Biden at an account called DealerTrack. I can launch this wizard called Meeting Planner to help me with the planning, and it reminds me that in order to have the most effective meeting possible, I should check to see if other contacts should be invited. I should review recent cases open to make sure there's no hidden dissatisfaction that might torpedo my meeting. And we're going to select the best marketing materials to take with us to the meeting. So when I click continue, the first thing we're going to do is create an event in Salesforce for the meeting. So this meeting is going to be at DealerTrack's offices, and we'll be scheduling that meeting for this coming Thursday afternoon at 3 o'clock. It's going to be a 60-minute meeting, and the meeting purpose is to review draft proposal for needs assessment consulting. Now, we have not sent a calendar invite yet, so Cloud Extend will do that automatically. I'm going to say, no, I haven't sent a calendar invite. Just like that, a calendar invite was sent to Joe Biden using that meeting purpose that I typed in earlier, and I've also received a copy of the meeting invite. And now when I continue on, it says, here are some of the other contacts from this account. Are any of them people you should invite? Well, Bill Johnson, the CFO, he's going to have to improve any funding for consulting, so I should probably invite him. And, I'm good friends with Ray Jones, the president. I should probably let him know that I'm having this meeting as well. So now that I've selected those two people from that list of contacts on the account, I'm going to first call Bill and record my notes. And Bill's the CFO, and as usual, for any meeting about DealerTrack spending money, Bill wants to be there. I will send a calendar invite to him. Continuing on, did he accept my invitation? Yes. And here's a little pre-filled in, hi Bill, glad you can attend our review of the draft proposal. See you Thursday. In this case, I'm not really using any of the pre-populated calendar invite. I'll just delete that off there, but I might have wanted to use that. Might have made me more efficient. Now I'm going to call up Ray. Didn't reach Ray, but left voicemail message. Of course, all these notes are being recorded into the Salesforce activity history on these contacts, so we'll be able to see that. He didn't accept my meeting because I didn't reach him, so I'm going to click no to that. But I do want to send him a follow-up message. And again, Cloud Extend gives me a pre-populated message that I can edit. Dear Ray, following up on my voicemail message. I have a meeting coming up, want to brief you. Give me a call when you have a few minutes. And I've got my signature down there. And again, this is all being recorded in Salesforce's activity history so we can see what happened. And we've given a heads up to a couple people. So we're increasing the effectiveness of our sales meeting by making sure that other people that should know about it, who are going to influence the decision on whether to buy or not, are given a heads up. Next, we want to make sure we don't get blindsided at our meeting by some latent customer dissatisfaction. That's a common problem that sales vice presidents tell me about. They spend all this money and all this time planning for a meeting. They get there for a 45-minute meeting, and the first 44 minutes are spent reviewing dissatisfaction over customer service. So here are some recent cases that were opened on this account, and I'm going to just select all of them for review because I want to do a thorough job here before I go to my meeting. I want to make sure I don't get blindsided. And so now when I click continue, we'll go into each of these cases one by one, and I can decide whether I want to escalate these or not. So here's a case that came in from Harry Bolt. It looks like the status is resolved. It was resolved very quickly within 14 minutes. Harry had questions on our SEO service. It looks like the service rep was able to answer them, so I'm not going to escalate that case. Next case was one where we got some negative Facebook posting, and the rep is saying Rich is very upset, nonstop complaints, and I'm noticing the status of the case is escalated but not resolved. So I think this is one I probably should escalate because I want to make sure this is resolved before I go to the meeting. So I'm going to click yes. I'm going to select a customer service manager to assign this to, Luke. I'm concerned because Rich seemed to be very upset and the case is not marked resolved. So this will now escalate this case to a service manager, Luc Clement, and ask him to give me feedback. And when I click continue, I'm going to get a notice that a few things were happening here. First, a Salesforce task was created for the service manager. We sent email to the service manager, and a chatter message was generated about the case as well. So I've really raised the alarm here to get the organization, to get my organization to help me resolve this case before I go in to present a proposal for new business from DealerTrack. And that's an example of making sales meetings more effective by doing some pre-planning. Your best sales reps probably do a lot of these things intuitively. With Cloud Extend, you can get all of your sales reps to go through best practices for planning. So now I'm going to loop through and look at a couple more cases. This looks pretty good, resolved quickly. Ray really likes our services, so I'm not going to escalate that case. Here's one. The status is on hold, so I'm a little concerned about that. It has not been closed out. And it looks like he couldn't figure out how to set up a free listing, and we just referred him to the doc. So it doesn't look like our customer service agent really followed up to resolve this. So this might be simple, but I want to cover all bases. I am going to escalate this. I'm going to say, I'm concerned because case not marked resolved. I'm going to select a service manager. We'll send this off to John Singari. And that way I just make sure I cover all my bases. And so now that we're done with reviewing cases, we're now going to guide our sales rep to the best marketing materials. So we have 3 different products here that we might want to sell: Cloud Extend or ActiveAuth or professional services. If I went into professional services, I could pick, training and get a description of training. But I'm going to go back a couple steps using the Cloud Extend interface. I'm going to say we're going to have a meeting about Cloud Extend, and it's going to be an introductory meeting. And so now I've provided a link to some of the great introductory videos that some of our marketing geniuses here have put together. And when I click that, I go off and I can now download these videos and take them with me, or I could save this link off and bookmark it so I could pop it up when I go to the meeting. So that's it. The purpose of this pre-meeting wizard was to make it possible for your sales reps to have more effective meetings. It does that by guiding them through best practices like inviting other contacts, reviewing cases to make sure there's no lingering dissatisfaction, guiding them to best marketing materials. And of course, with Cloud Extend's easy-to-use guide designer, you could customize this planner for your own business with your sales reps.